I just did the math while I was eating lunch, and I've been working down here reviewing these files for days. I've lost track of my total, and I know on some days I read more files than on others, but if I've read files on average, that means I've reviewed files. Jeez. And I mean, I just don't understand. Sorry. This is Agent 748070 reviewing SCP-3073. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3073 is to be kept in a sound-proofed containment cell furnished with one standard sitting stool as well as 5 folding chairs set up in such a way that SCP-3073 can present from the stool to any audience members in their chairs. The room is to be equipped with lights capable of being dimmed by a simple handheld remote, which will be given to SCP-3073 for it to use at its own discretion. Description: SCP-3073 is a male of European descent with long, red hair and attire that is similar to that of most modern-day orchestra conductors. Where its face should be, SCP-3073 instead has a miniature theatrical stage. At most times of the day, the stage is completely hidden by SCP-3073's hair, which acts as a stage curtain. SCP-3073 is fully capable of speech and has demonstrated that it can see despite its lack of a mouth and eyes. SCP-3073 appears to be fluent in many languages, but seems to prefer using English, French, German, and Italian. The only time when SCP-3073's stage is visible is when SCP-30731 manifests, at which point SCP-3073 will part its hair. When questioned about its age, SCP-3073 stated it is as old as the stage itself. SCP-30731 manifests as a cast of miniature humanoids who will begin performing a certain type of live theater on SCP-3073's stage. SCP-30731 has been observed performing plays, operas, symphonies, and on one occasion, something one researcher described as a Penn and Teller-esque magic show. SCP-3073 has shown to be very affectionate toward SCP-30731, referring to them as its little friends. SCP-3073 becomes much more amiable and cooperative after SCP-30731 has had a live audience to perform for. Upon questioning about the number of entities that make up SCP-30731, SCP-3073 stated it currently has 113 performers. Strangely, despite SCP-3073's passion for and extensive knowledge of music and the performing arts, SCP-30731's performances are of objectively poor quality, as if most of the cast have little to no experience. Many members of SCP-30731 display extreme stage fright, terrible acting skills, and constantly forget lines during plays. Operas are sung off-key, and symphonies have been described as an ear-splitting cacophony. SCP-3073 itself never brings up the quality of SCP-3071's performances and becomes evasive when questioned. Should proper theater etiquette be broken during a performance, such as if an audience member begins talking or booing, all onstage cast members will stop their performance and stare at the offending individual. Should the audience member continue to ignore proper theater etiquette, SCP-3073 will become confrontational and request that the offender leave. If SCP-3073's request is ignored, it will attempt to forcefully remove the audience member. Incident 3073. During a performance of Othello, SCP-3073 tackled D-8692, a particularly ill-mannered audience member. The ensuing fight was quickly broken up by the 4 other audience members, but not before a cast member of SCP-30731 was grabbed and killed by D8692. SCP-3073 became distraught, and all performances by SCP-30731 ceased. All attempts to communicate with SCP-3073 at this time were unsuccessful. 2 days after the fight, D8692 suddenly disappeared from his holding cell. At around the same time, SCP-30731 began performances again. When questioned, SCP-3073's only response was, "We got a new cast member." Okay, you're messing with me, right? I know I wasn't in the field that long before my reassignment, but I saw some wild stuff, and I paid close attention during training, so I know we deal with a lot of really strange and hard to believe things. And really, that was a big part of what prompted me to submit my application after the... But come on. A man with a stage for a face on which over 100 different tiny people perform badly? I mean, what's going on here? Really? I know I'm being punished. I get that. I let the Foundation down. I let my team down. I let myself... So yeah, I'm reassigned to a basement storage room and told to read and evaluate an ever-increasing stack of printed out files. I've had no feedback, no performance reviews, and aside from that one note back in... nothing. I come in every morning, come down to the basement, read the files, and go home. I've put in my time. I've reflected on what went wrong, and I'm sorry, but why didn't you just fire me? I mean, do you not fire people? Do you just lock them away until they give up and quit? Can we quit? I just don't understand the point of this. I know all these files are in the database. I would pull up files all the time for my assignments, and I know there's a schedule for standard review and additional experimentation. I've talked with some of the doctors on the review board. So why would you take an agent and hide him away with piles of paper to talk into a recorder day after day? My evaluational insights can't be that valuable. Are you testing me? Haven't I passed yet? I miss the field work. I miss my team. I just miss people. I see security in the morning and that's it. Once in a while someone might stumble in here because, yes, I accept that it is just a storage room. But that's happened only a handful of times, and it isn't really the type of human interaction that contributes to job satisfaction. And now, well, now I'm wondering if you're just giving me fake files to see if I'll notice. And who exactly are you? Who is even listening? That note made me think that someone was, but are you still there? Now, do these recordings go to the 05 and you all just sit around and laugh at me reading these joke files that you snuck into the pile? You take a break from casually dispatching death row inmates to violent experimental deaths and testing mind-altering artifacts on children to gather around and listen to me weigh in on Carrot Top McStageface. I'm sorry, just... Yeah, I have to go.